What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lips, and today we're going to be discussing the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the Toronto Maple Leafs get a lot of hate. They also get a lot of love. They're definitely one of the biggest teams in the NHL, and they are not playing well. What is going on with Toronto? Toronto is 8-2 this season. So, 500. And they are struggling, and they are struggling bad. Now, let's backtrack. Last year, you could legitimately make a case that despite getting eliminated by Florida in the second round in 7 games, Toronto was the second best team in the entire league. They pushed Florida to 7 games. It was a good series. They ultimately didn't come out on top, and they put up more of a fight than really anybody had. And they were close with the team they had last year. Now, the elephant in the room, Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner had always been the scapegoat. Always, always, always. And he went out to Vegas. And obviously, he wanted the big contract, and Toronto would have given him a big contract too, I'm sure. But they said, no, we're not keeping him. And the fans and management was kind of all at once pushed him away, even though he's the hometown kid. And went out to Vegas, and he's doing fine over there. And we heard from all year, all summer, all off season that the Leafs were going to be deeper. They were going to replace Marner and add more depth. And right now, it's not working out. It's not. And they got some real issues on their hands. So through 18 games, they have given up 69 goals, just under 4 per game. And it's almost impossible to believe that they are 500 right now because they've scored 65 goals. So the offense is not the problem. They can put up goals and they're scoring. It is defense and goaltending that is the clear issue on this team. Woll has been hurt. Solarge got hurt in this last game versus LA. Matthews is going to be out about a week. And the East is very, very competitive. Toronto can fall out of playoff contention, or they're already out of playoff contention. They can fall further out of playoff contention in a bad week. That's how competitive the East is right now. And I said it before the season. I said it time and time again. You can check any of my social media. It is more Matthews than Marner. Matthews has had a fantastic start to his career, but he's trending downward, folks. He is. Just look at the numbers. He's not a point per game player. He's not as elite of a goal scorer. And honestly, a lot of his production came from good, solid passes from Marner. And Marner's not there anymore. And they still have plenty of offense. They still have Nylander, Tavares, Nyes. They still have offense to get it done. But I've been saying it. It's more Matthews than Marner. And you got rid of Marner, and it's going to kind of expose Matthews a little bit. Now, Matthews hasn't been horrible this season, 14 points in 17 games. But when you're paying him as much money as you are to be your captain, to be your best player, you probably do expect a little bit more. But it doesn't matter if Matthews is doubling his point total. If you can't keep the puck out of your own net, they're not going anywhere. I don't know if it's defensive structure. I don't know if it's goaltending. I don't know if it's a little bit of both. And it probably is. But they are getting lit up every night. You're looking at least 4 goals on most nights given up by Toronto, which means you're putting a lot of pressure on your offense to score 5 goals. And that makes it very, very difficult. Now, there's been reports, I did a video on it earlier, that Rasmus Andersson from Calgary is a heavy trade target for Toronto. Is he a quick fix? Maybe. Does he improve their defense? Probably. But let's remember, Calgary isn't the best team. And last year, Anderson was a minus 38. Yikes. And I know there's a lot of people don't value plus minus, but a minus 38 is not good no matter what team you are. And Calgary last season really wasn't that bad. They were tied for St. Louis for the last playoff spot. So to be a minus 38 on a team that was competing for the playoffs, I don't know. I think it might help getting Rasmus Anderson to solidify that blue line, but I think it's going to need a lot more than that. And there's already rumblings that there could be a coaching change. Peter Dubois' name has been thrown out there. We'll see, but we know Leafs fans are not patient, nor they have every right to be frustrated, not winning a cup since 1967. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do from here, because the current team, as is, doesn't look great. The structure doesn't look great, and they're struggling to win games. Past game versus LA, they were up 2-0. They blew that game. So they're going to need to figure it out. They're going to need to figure it out real quick, because we're already 20% of the way through the season, and it goes quick. And you bury yourself in a hole, it's hard to get out of it. Thank you guys for joining me today. I am on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Lips94. Please continue to subscribe, like, comment. As always, if you agree with what I'm saying, give a like. If not, leave a comment. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the support. I'll see you next time.